and gentlemen, welcome back to the Pulse Check Podcast. Hey, we are back. Warzone. I don't want to say Warzone's back. I ain't T-Dog Smitty over here. But listen, we did get finally, after like 3 or 4 months, some new changes to the game. We have a trailer to look at. We have a dev talk going over all the stuff that's changing. And then we have some, not patch notes, but a blog going over everything. But before we get into it, Ebates, J-God, how we doing, man? How we doing?
Vibing, man. Vibing.
Good. We've been grinding the multiplayer.
Okay.
And in zombies and endgame.
See, you know, I think out of everybody in this call, only 2 of us have 2 mastery camos. Thoughts?
Wait.
Are you a slacker over there, Ebates?
Ebates.
I have singularity.
That's why you only got one.
Camo.
That's only one.
Oh, bro, come on, man. Come on, bro. I got like a girl. I got like a dog, bro. Like my girl's like, she's not here right now. She's just like, you know, she's hanging out with Joe. Wait, she's with Joe's girl right now.
Wait, she's with Joe? What do you mean she's with Joe?
No, she's with Joe's girl. They're in like Italy doing some supermodel stuff. So, but I've been taking care of the house and stuff while she's gone.
Right.
So.
Right.
I got
Okay.
singularity though. I got singularity.
I like that. I like that. Okay. Good job. Good job, bro.
Cute. That's cute.
Yeah, I gotcha.
All right, so we've obviously been putting a lot of time in, but listen, they just came out with a dev talk and a bunch of other things, and I don't want to say that Warzone is changing forever, because for all we know, it's probably maybe not the greatest. I don't know. They did make a lot of changes to the game, and now, are they enough to really move the needle forward? We're about to find out, right? But boys, y'all wanna watch this trailer together real quick, and then we'll go into the dev talk.
Get it?
All right.
Yeah, the dev talk's gonna hopefully be interesting.
All right, here we go. Let me know if y'all can hear this, okay, boys, and make sure this is all good for you guys.
I can hear it.
Okay, cool. All right. Let's see. What is this? What is this? I'll say, bro, they killed it with the colors, I think.
Oh yeah, the colors look really good.
Yeah, they've updated it.
Yeah, it looked. What happened? What's happened?
You're good. It just lagged a little bit. You're good.
Yeah, it looked. Why is it lagging? Stop it!
There you go.
I might need to pull this up on. All right, hold on, 2 seconds. Let me pull it up on Chrome, and it'll work better. Hold on. Copy.
I wonder if it's on YouTube yet.
Ooh, that's actually a good comm.
If you just go to Call of Duty page.
Yeah, is it on YouTube yet? By any chance? By any chance?
Pretty sure the dev talks go live on YouTube right away, but these videos, I don't know.
All right, let's see if this works. All right.
Warm summer's eve.
Yeah, again, I think they did a really good job with the colors, bro. It looks good. The waterfall. Okay, guys, do you guys kind of agree with this? That it felt like every single part of this map was like a bunch of different places of different resurgence maps put together. That's what it felt like.
Feels very, yeah, like the mall feels like very like Vondelli.
Yeah.
This feels like a little bit of Rebirth, like the boat and stuff, but absolutely.
The center map, it's not Resurgence, but the center part of the map, I forgot what it's called, like the town, reminds me of Caldera's town.
Yeah. Oh, Capital?
Capital, there you go, Capital, that's what it's called.
Yeah.
Yo, I like the colors, bro. I can't even lie.
No, they look great.
I like the way the map looks. I don't like this at the map.
These trailers are so crazy most of the time. It's like, damn, bro. I ain't ever seen that in my match.
Yeah,
Damn.
This is like Vondel. This is very Vondel right here.
Nah, this gives me like arcade shooter vibes.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Oh. Yo, you could tell they definitely took the feedback of making things less like cartoonish. With
did you see the battle pass?
No. Oh yeah, it's like legit.
All the skins are just like different shades of black.
Yeah.
Like they're all gonna blend into the shadows.
and it's not like what's it called? It doesn't. I think they took it less extra. They just I know a lot of people were complaining about how crazy COD can get.
Less extra is probably a good way to say it. Less extra.
But boys, okay, look, that was the reveal trailer for the new Warzone map called Liberty Falls. No, not Liberty Falls. Haven's Hollow. Sorry, I got confused there.
Haven's Hollow, yeah.
Haven's Hollow. We played it early. Which
has several elements that were reused from Liberty Falls.
Yes.
And other zombie stuff, because they also use the one of the later maps they used for the mansion there.
Yep. And then honestly, it didn't play bad from what I recall. Like from what I played, we only played 2 games.
It was short time.
So not enough to really give my insane opinion on it all. But genuinely, I was like, okay, like especially because a lot of content creators played it early, not me. I didn't play it early, and they said it was really bad. And I think they took a lot of those players' feedbacks and made it. I saw it for the first time, and I expected it to be horrible. I was like, yo, this is actually pretty fun. It's pretty cool. Yeah. I like the map flow. But again, I only played 2 games.
Sometimes what sucks is people get feedback too late into the development. But like when people got a chance to play it early in July, like that's just not enough time to actually implement the changes that people would expect. So it's kind of stupid, in my opinion.
Okay.
Like if the changes can't be done within that 3 to 6 month period, then they should be bringing people in March. Even if the game is less polished, less whatever, more bare bones, whatever, in March. If that's still out of time, then you got to do it early. Like that's what would make sense to me. I don't know enough from that dev perspective to say, oh, well, what is enough or what isn't. But the fact that like when we did, people got to do it then, and then we played it in September or whatever at COD Next. Like a majority of the changes couldn't get implemented. And then they told a bunch of those creators that, well, we're implementing these things. Well, however long it needs to be implemented before next, because that's what's shown off on that day as the marketing day. It needs to be done that much.
They did implement some changes because I was able to play it early, and then they did take some feedback and do changes. But yeah, like you said, it wasn't like a majority of like the big things, right? Because like I remember one of the biggest things was like the middle of the map was like super empty, which it looks like in the new TAC map that they posted, it looks like they changed that. So I'm kind of curious how they changed it, but they did change like a lot of like the pathing and stuff that was like kind of like messy from what we played early and when we played at COD Next. I think the problem with playing too early, and like obviously this is just kind of with leaks and stuff, is that like after we did that playtest in July, someone leaked, because then I know like Modern Warzone, like Ghost of Hope, they were all tweeting about it. So I wonder if they don't bring in people too early, because then it just like leaks like 9 months ahead of time instead of like only like a few.
Right.
Well, I don't know. I agree with that, but it's like it depends on who they invite, because typically there's always people that do leak when they have those massive calls and they leaked a bunch of which aren't as important, because it's like, oh, cool, we get the season patch notes tomorrow. It's not like they're missing out. But in general, those things do happen when they throw the net too wide. So that's something, they just got to figure out on their end.
Yeah, I don't know who like Ghost Hope is or who has all these connects, bro. I remember it was for like the Treyarch one, like there was like a what was it? Like a play test or some shit. Like, and then like literally as soon as the fucking presentation ended, bro.
Dude.
It was even during the presentation.
It was the Car 98 one.
I forgot what it was. It was like last year. And then immediately, like, Ghost Hope and some other leakers were talking about it. I'm like, hey, yo, what the fuck? Like, literally, we got into the bus, and then it was already all over social media. I was like, oh, hell no. These motherfuckers don't know how to keep their mouths shut, bro.
It actually happened, not this previous COD Next, but the year before, because they did 2 shifts or whatever. They sent 2 groups.
Okay.
They sent all the international, like, that usually have their interpreter. They sent them in a different group than all the English-speaking group, right?
Yeah.
So when they sent, it was like someone from press leaked or something. They had to, because that was that group, I don't know.
Bro, I don't know. These guys got connect somewhere, or they're actually devs in disguise. That'd be crazy.
Disguise.
All right. So look, guys, we'll talk about the map in a little bit right now, and what that means for the game and stuff. That's pretty much the only content that we're getting. But we have something super. Okay, I haven't heard this yet. I haven't seen it yet, but people said that
and the
this
chat
is fire.
seemed like they were hyped about it.
Yeah.
So that's all I know.
Chat was saying that this is pretty cool, but we're about to watch a dev talk. It's 4.5 minutes. None of us have seen it. We're live reacting to it. So, boys, feel free if you want me to pause anything, let me know and I'll pause it, okay?
Cool.
And
I'm down to. We could also probably just watch it through and then go back and talk about things.
okay, cool. All right, here we go, boys. Let's see what they got.
My name is Peter Actipis, Game Director on Warzone here at Raven Software. Over the last few weeks, we've been collecting questions from our community, and I'm here to answer some of our biggest ones. All right, let's get right into it. First question. What are you changing on Haven's Hollow for launch?
Here you go,
it's a great
mates.
question. The reception at COD Next was really positive towards Haven's Hollow, but we're always looking to improve the player experience. So what we're doing is we're increasing the amount of players across all matches. For example, in quads, we're moving up to 52 players from what you might have seen at COD Next at 44 players. High Moon Studios has also reworked the center POI, formerly known as Homestead, now known as the Barn. This solves a few problems that we were experiencing during our playtests. There's been several long sight lines that have been resolved now with the new layout. We also have a lot more intentional rotations to and from this POI. And the center building.
Colors look good too.
Quick question. So, is this the first time they've ever done a dev talk for Warzone?
Warzone, I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
Because they didn't do him when Ted was around, and he's been the newer guy for a bit. He kind of stepped into Ted's spot, I think. That's my understanding. But he's been there forever. He's been there from the beginning.
Okay. Yeah.
Has been
I
don't think so.
To fix a lot more combat experiences, allowing for more dynamic and expressive play. You mentioned plans to shake up the meta. Can you be more specific? Yeah, absolutely. So we are committing to updating the meta more often than we ever have in the past. You know, the goal is to keep weapon diversity as interesting as possible. We plan on doing that by really focusing on attachments to make sure that they're both impactful and meaningful to the player. Now, we had mentioned that we're updating our technology in terms of being able to tune weapon attachments. And this is really important for us because now we're able to really go in and fine-tune specific problem cases. Instead of nerfing a weapon to the ground, we can be intentional with the changes that we need to make so we can keep the weapon's identity secure. Now, we have a blog coming in the next few days that will cover a lot more of our weapon philosophy, so tune into that. There's a lot of weapons in Warzone. How are you going to balance them all? Our focus is on the new weapons introduced with Black Ops 7's launch and Season 1. You can always go back and play with old favorite blueprints you own. What are you doing with perks? Well, this year our goal was to really shake up the perk categories so they can be really much more competitive for players. We wanted players to really mix up how they use perks and get them out of their comfort zone. We've removed underutilized perks, we've buffed up other perks, and post-COD Next, we've taken feedback to heart and really buffing up other perks that we felt could use a little bit more love. For example, Survivor now is going to be able to protect you against one-shot headshots. We have a lot more to cover with perks, and we're going to be covering a lot more detail in our blog coming out right before Season 1.
That's actually crazy.
What are you changing with aim assist? We're working closely with Treyarch on adjusting aim assist across all ranges and a right stick aiming requirement that will lead to a more competitive and balanced experience.
Hell yeah.
These changes go live in Warzone with the launch of Season 1.
Some people are going to be losing their shit.
You said Biotics are coming back. What other LTMs can we expect? Well, we want to leave some surprises for you, but for Season 1, we can talk about some of the weekend LTMs coming. Now, one experimental one that we're excited about is called Amped BR. And the idea here simply is increased health, because we really want to see how this changes the moment-to-moment combat. Now, we also have some other LTMs in store for Season 1. One that I will talk about is High Octane BR. This is pretty cool because players can start out with their loadouts. They're also able to access the buy station anywhere, at any time, with the press of a button. Is open matchmaking coming towards
Whoa, that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's
shit.
Crazy. Oh, wait.
I don't know if I like that. I don't know if I like
it's an LTM. It's an LTM.
Yeah.
But it's supposed to be like OD, right?
Wait,
like,
okay. Let's just quickly recap real quick. One-shot headshots can be stopped with a perk.
Which might change ranked.
Yes, and which could even change the competitive scene where they're like, hey, one-shot headshots are now an all-ranked playlist, but if you don't want to get one-shot headshot, wear Survivor.
You got to use Survivor. It'll be the meta perk. It'll be a meta perk. That's fine. It's a crutch meta perk.
Then what else did they just announce? They said LTMs, one that's kind of like Iron Trials with more health. Another one that's buybacks is coming back. Another LTM, it's increased. What did they say? You can bring your, open up your
start out with your loadout, and you can just access the buy station at any time. Basically, probably pressing pause, you get access to the buy. I don't know how that works. Like, you don't even gotta go to a buy station.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you died, bro. Mid-fight, buy you back, and you come in with the loadout.
No, that's crazy.
That's
okay.
crazy.
All right. Let's keep it going. Let's keep going.
Matchmaking is coming to Warzone.
And no SPMM. Or
No, you gotta stop saying that, Hector.
Minimally considered. Minimally considered.
In Season 1. Are you adding any new movement mechanics to Warzone? Well, at COD Next, we showed that tac sprint is off by default. Now, if you're a type of player that really likes tac sprint,
it feels way better.
You can go
to
the sprinter perk and re-enable it that way. What are you changing on Rebirth Island in Season 2? We've seen a lot of conversations about Rebirth Island on socials, and what we're happy to say is winter is coming. So Rebirth has been hit by a snowstorm.
Yeah, this one's gonna be cool.
But there is a new infill strike coming in Season 2. We also have some geo changes that are really gonna help out with rotations and in Season 2.
So what he said with the infill strike, those are the current ones that destroy the tower and hit the middle of prison and take down the sniper spot. So he said there's going to be new infills. So they might actually take down this tower on the left-hand side of the screen. That tower might get hit. Maybe control gets destroyed. There could be other, he didn't say, but those are the types of elements that would happen at the start of the infill.
And then they added a new section here. Guys, remember, if you guys are happy that Rebirth is getting a revamp, make sure to thank Ebates, because he asked for it, guys. But if you guys are really mad that you're getting this, make sure to get mad at Lucky Chamu. All right, guys. All right. Here we go.
Other thing too is with Verdansk, those infill things are things they could have done for the game, in my opinion, that do add a freshness to specific POIs.
Yeah. I mean, dude,
especially when they're not happening every match. And Verdansk is so damn big, they can literally do so many different spots on the map.
They could take out the whole fucking half the map if they wanted to, bro.
Yeah, 100%.
Some geo
what else did they add here? So they added this little for Doug Sensor Martin, the ski
dock
that are really going to help out with rotations and combat situations around the map. We have more info coming.
The visibility is probably going to be good too, because none of the skins are all white.
Thank you for tuning in to this Dev Talk. Be on the lookout for our deep dive blogs and our Season 1 patch notes over the next coming weeks.
Oh, I feel like I just got blue balled.
Well, you know what's crazy? It was like 4 minutes flew by like instantly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was quick.
That was way too fast. How was that 4.5 minutes?
I have no idea.
Oh man. I mean, all right, boys. Let's
I will say that 95% of what was in there, we already knew about.
Okay.
From COD Next.
I'm trying to. Yeah.
The only thing we didn't know is what they were going to do with Rebirth, which was the map.
Okay.
We already knew the meta thing. We knew the Amos's thing was going to already be coming based off when they said they were nerfing it in B07, that would translate to Warzone.
I mean, do y'all want to kind of go through it again, and then we'll just talk about each?
We can.
Yeah, we'll just go through each.
Censored talk, yeah.
All right.
Hi, everyone. My name is
we'll go through all the questions.
Game director on Warzone community. What do you change?
All right. So what did they change for Haven's Hollow for launch? So Ebates, I mean, never mind.
Well, I mean, they show it in the side by side. We can go ahead and you can go back and forth between them.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know what, you know what I'm saying? There was
they literally showed the before and after.
Wait.
Here to answer some of our biggest
ones. They showed the before and after pictures.
All right, let's get right into it. First
before
question.
It was like,
what are you changing at Haven's Hollow for launch?
Yeah.
It's a great question.
It was super empty. Not this part.
It's right after this when he says the middle of the map.
Yeah.
Okay, so they increased player. I love that.
In quads, we're moving up to 52 players.
52 from 40 what?
44. Oh, was it 44? Yeah.
Has also reworked the center.
Center.
It's probably 45 in trios, but yeah.
Now known as the barn.
This is before.
So that's before.
So the problem here is like when you were in that barn, that's like the main. That's like, oh god, how do I explain this? Like, That's like the main barn on that POI. But if you're in that main barn, you're gonna get shot from everywhere. It's like not a good, right? Like it's not a good place to be.
And it makes sense why they closed it.
Yeah. So it was just like, it was like if you're trying to play for the main spot on that POI, you were just gonna die from everywhere. So like it wasn't healthy, I think, for Resurgence especially. So then if you fast forward, like it looks like they updated it.
Yeah, that's where I won my 100 inch TV.
They shifted it over, and it looks like they made it a little bit smaller and closed it in.
Let's see where this right here. Oh my God, that is like actually a huge change.
That looks way better.
I think it's way better. Angle, but I think the other angle shows it a little bit different too. The next spot coming up.
This, and then that's before, right?
Yep.
Because it was pretty open.
And then on the other side of that middle building is broken. And then now it's that.
Wait, that's actually, I like that. I like that. They made that.
It's actually like usable now. You can actually like go there and not just die. Like,
yeah, it's going to look like an actual POI. So they took that feedback from a lot of the creators that played it early and they implemented that, which I'm actually shocked they did that. I think they got to do that a lot more often, and kind of going off of what Jay God said, they have to not only like get people to play test this a lot earlier, right? But get it in a reasonable amount of time, like Jay God said, for them to actually make changes. So the feedback was given that this was too out in the open, and they actually changed it. So hopefully it plays a lot better. Obviously, from what it looks like, it's going to play better. It's an actual POI now. They also said there that they changed the player count from 44 to now 52, right?
Yep.
So that's how many more players is that?
Two extra
like
teams.
Two extra teams.
Okay. What do y'all think about that? I always love a higher player count in a smaller condensed map. I think Vondo is one of a fan favorite for most people, and that had 70 something, right? Given the map size was bigger, right?
I think it helps the map in a lot of different ways that a lot of times I don't even think most people will talk about, which it makes each landing spot a little contested. There are still going to be POIs that are uncontested. You could land, get your loot. And more often than not, when you actually take a gunfight, people have already died, so they don't have the self. So it makes those fights a little bit more predictable in that sense, in my opinion. Versus when you don't have a lot of players, literally everyone you're going to run into has a self and you have to treat it as such. But even that extra bit, even if it went to 60 or something like that, once you get by zone 3, it's still the exact same number of players that it is with 44, you know?
So it just increased the beginning game?
And yeah.
I mean, so far the map changes look good. Everything looks pretty great. I'm not gonna lie. Now, how things actually play out, I think it's gonna be a fun pub game, a pub map. I'm more concerned how it's gonna play out in ranked, but apparently from what I heard from creators is that it actually played pretty well with like for competitive. But again, we'll see. I'm gonna keep going. Let's see what else. There's a lot of things that they changed, so I'm gonna go through this. You mentioned plans to shake up the meta. Okay, so let's talk about this because I think this is also something that a lot of people
talked about it next, but it was overshadowed by us playing Verdansk.
Yeah,
right.
And I feel like they could have done a better job at really saying, "Hey, this is a good thing or this is a bad thing." Yo, hey, Lucky, hop on the pod. Come on, Lex.
This specific one, it needs a visual demonstration of how it's different with the side-by-side of a specific weapon, showing how the damage is different in multiplayer is different than Warzone, and how specific attachments do completely different things in multiplayer and Warzone, because that's how it actually is. So for example, right now, when you go into B07, you make your create a class and you put on a compensator, it's going to do certain stats, right? If you put on an underbarrel, if you put on a suppressor, if you put on a stock, they're going to have different values. And even the overall damage of the weapon is different values than it will be in Warzone. Because in B07, they don't have a barrel. For example, this is one that we saw when we played in that build, was in B07, they don't have a barrel. Maybe they do on some guns, but in this specific case, they don't have one that increases your bullet velocity, your range, and your recoil control, which is kind of what we had in the OG Warzone 1. It doesn't exist, which all the previous years means it wouldn't have existed in Warzone. But because of the separation or whatever that they have now, it can.
So from what I'm hearing behind the scenes, right? From what I'm hearing is this is actually like a pretty big deal. Like again,
it's huge. It's the biggest deal.
Yeah, this
probably
is like
out of everything.
Yeah, and which kind of sucks because I feel like they didn't really hype it up as much. But from what I'm hearing behind the scenes is that this is a monumental change. Now, whether things are actually changing, I don't know. I'm not saying that. I'm just telling you what I've been told. Like they're gonna actually be able to change metas consistently, right? Like before, where they weren't able to do that.
One thing he skipped here too, which was also a big deal, is that seasonally they're going to have a different floor loot, which is a big deal.
True.
And the floor loot is more often than not going to be randomized. It's going to be like what do they call it when they put it together themselves? There's a word for it. Whatever it is, basically they're going to choose the specific attachments on the guns. So more often than not, when you loot in and it's an SMG, it's going to probably have a 40 round mag minimum. Curated. That's the word. So they're going to be able to curate the floor loot. So there's various levels of, okay, this is a green one, just means it has one attachment, not that it's literally trash. And blue, that it's two attachments, that it's not
that are actually better.
And they'll actually be able to go through and build. And ideally, when you pick up a gold gun or whatever, a legendary, it would be meta. That's the amount of curated builds that they can do that they've never been able to do in the history of Warzone.
Literally, the way that like you guys got to think about it. Anybody who's watching this right now is like in last year and every year before up until now, they've had to go through like 2 to 3 steps to change things that they want to do. They've had to go through this step, these hurdles, and be like, okay, finally we can change this, right? But hey, you can't change it too much because it affects multiplayer, right? Now they don't got to go through all those changes.
Even though it's not the right word, they'd essentially have to fight with the other dev studios to essentially get changes for their game. And if, for example, like BO6, if they wanted to change a specific weapon and Treyarch's like, no, then they're just asked out, bro.
Yeah. So literally, this is going to allow them to make any change that they want. And like, it's what we've been asking for a while, for them to actually be separate. And from what I'm hearing this year, things are actually separate in that regard, right? So let's see. Again, I'm not saying that it's actually going to feel like that. That's what I want to see. I'm more of a show me through actions, not through words. Let's see what actually happens this year, and if they're actually able to make quick changes on the fly and give us new metas, give us things like that, give us a reason to want to hop on the game.
That's also an unfortunate part because the dialogue this year has already been that people, and I put a video about it today, is that like the COD fatigue is kind of a problem for a lot of people right now. It's like COD had people in an abusive relationship, not really taking care of them. And then finally they decided to turn it around and they expect people just to be like, oh, cool. And the reality is for a lot of people, it doesn't matter what COD does. Like, it doesn't matter that these changes, like, even though they're going to be good and they can help grow that trust or whatever, and I think the game's going to be a lot better, and like, it doesn't matter for some people because they're not even believing these words.
Yeah.
Like, just like with the anti-cheat, which hasn't been talked about, which is going to be another big test for Warzone when it drops. And I feel like it's been much better in BO7. I haven't really seen clips other than, people sharing clips of a guy live streaming cheats, but
yeah,
that's a little different.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's few and far in between. Like, people I'll say this right now. Like, for me, I played BO7 a lot. I mean, I got Singularity. Campaign doesn't have anything, right? But I've been playing the game a lot, and I haven't ran into a single cheater, not one, right? And which is pretty fucking insane, given that I feel like even in multiplayer at the start of the year, I always run into at least a couple. Keep in mind though that at the start of the year, at the start of a new update, things like that, you don't see a lot of the cheaters. Like, it's a lot less than normal. As seasons go on, as things continue, the life cycle of the game goes on, you see more and more. Good, like Jay God said, a good kind of note to see is going to be Warzone, and then more specifically ranked. Once we find out those two, we're going to see how actually good this new anti-cheat is. But for right now, I'll give them praise where praise is due. I haven't seen any cheaters at the moment. That's my personal experience, but we shall see. Warzone is free to play. And then rank this.
Another thing is, if you're not seeing them, more than likely it's a low quantity, because with you streaming, and you usually stream in like 4 or 5 players that all have, combined viewership, you should be getting stream sniped like crazy from cheaters.
I didn't even think about that.
because that's what happens with like when Tim streams COD or whatever.
yeah.
They always run into, or Symphony, they run into all kinds of cheaters because people are literally stream sniping them
with cheats, which is fucking crazy.
With cheats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, look. So again, if there's anything that I am most excited for out of everything we just talked about, or is this right here, is the ability for them to change metas and change ground loot to whatever they want, and to pretty much, it feels like Raven has freedom now to do whatever they want to Warzone, which they didn't have. Now let's see again whether it actually plays out that way. So let me continue. What else do they got?
So Rebirth is saved. That's what they got.
Here's Lucky. Let me take a quick pause. Lucky, put on your camera and I'll adjust all the shit.
Okay.
All right, fellas. We're back now, and we do have a guest joining us, and his name is Lucky Chamuski. He is the Rebirth Reaper. Lucky, how you feeling so far with the new map, man? I kind of want to get your opinions on everything. I know you talked about it a little bit right now while I was editing things, but give me your just catch up to where we're at, right? Talk to me. What you think about the map? Give me just quick spitball thoughts on everything.
So I just talked about Haven's Hollow. Haven's Hollow is a good map, but it's not a better map than I think the big three, Ashika, Vondel, Rebirth. I do think, though, the fatigue for Rebirth has hit a lot of people. So having this out for a season will be a good refresh. But when Rebirth Island refresh does drop with the snow theme and you have Fortune's Keep in the mix, I don't see this map surpassing at least Rebirth Island. Maybe Fortune's Keep, but Fortune's Keep was an amazing rank play map. Maybe that's what they're bringing it back for. But I don't see this map outliving Rebirth Island with the refresh season 2. So it'll be cool to play it, I guess, for a season. I mean, I'll enjoy it. I'm not a fan of the map, though. I won't go into straight details. That'll be my little spin-off, and maybe we'll get into it later. But yeah, I guess that's where I'm at.
Okay. All right. So we caught him up to speed. He's kind of like on the map. I like it. I like it right now. We'll see. But I also liked Area 99. And people hated that map. I loved Area 99. That Area 99 was the most mixy map ever, and I loved it. But people didn't like it because it was too mixy. Because like you could get third party from anywhere. But yeah, okay. So let's kind of continue going off of what we were kind of looking at earlier, fellas. And this is the let's see, what is this? So the metas, we kind of went over that already. Let's see what else they got.
We're able to really go into the ground.
All right.
Our focus is
right here. So there are a lot of weapons in Call of Duty Warzone. How are you going to balance them all? I think this kind of goes hand in hand with what they were saying earlier. I don't feel like we really need to keep this talking, right? Now perks. All right. We saw a couple things. The big one here is one-shot snipes are kind of different now. Boys, give me y'all's thoughts on that. What are y'all's thoughts on one-shot snipes?
I think that's really good. I think it's healthy for the game because I feel like one-shot sniping in general, even like out of a ranked mode, right? Even just in pubs, sometimes you get one-shot snipes. It's frustrating. So if you want to counter that and that's kind of like your play style, then I think it's really good. I'm curious to see how they mix this with like the current ranked, the way that one-shot snipes worked in ranked. I don't know if they're going to make it required that you have to use Survivor in order to not get one shot in ranked, or if they're just going to keep snipers how they are in ranked and they still don't one shot. So I'm very curious to see how they do that. But it's cool to see that they're kind of, trying new things and upgrading perks.
Yeah, I'm curious. This perk system, right? It's on slot 3, the Survivor perk, right? So that's gonna be Ghost. What else?
They reworked a lot of those categories
Bird's
too.
Eye,
I know they put out a thing recently that showed them.
Yeah.
Wait, Survivor's perk 1. You're saying it's going to be perk 3? I'm sorry.
Yeah, that one shot headshot, I believe, is perk 3.
So it's reactive armor, tempered, bird's eye. I think Ghost is perk 2.
Ghost.
I thought Ghost
also,
was perk 2.
I want to talk about Ghost a little bit because they didn't mention this, but I had an advanced UAV when I played Haven's Hollow at COD Next, and someone with Ghost did not pop up on my advanced UAV at all.
I think they said that was a glitch. I thought they said that was a glitch.
The reason I don't think it's a glitch is because that's how Black Ops 7 is right now. If you have a harp and they're using the I believe Scout or one of the all blue perks, then you're completely hidden off of advanced UAVs or the harp as well. So I'm kind of curious to see how, like, what other perks they've upgraded as well. Because I mean, I could probably go find the clip, but I popped an advanced UAV. Sophie Snazzly ran right by me, and I'm like, wait, she was not on my UAV. So
you got gunned or what?
No, not a chance. Sophie was gunning
so
me.
So they do show all the perks in the blog that they did.
Yeah. Do you guys want to? Because we're gonna get to that eventually. So you guys want to go do that now?
We could do that.
I can grab it real quick.
In terms of what because I don't think they listed everything in there. They're probably because Scavenger, Veteran, Mountaineer, Cold-Blooded, and Grenadier are in perk 1. So it's kind of like it's towards the bottom. Yeah.
I will say I would like to see them incorporate somehow, some way the perk specialist stuff. If you like, I mean, obviously they'd have to rework it. Right?
Overclocks, like, you mean, right? Or no, not overclocks.
No.
I'm thinking
if they use like
never mind.
3 reds, right? If you use 3 reds, like it'd be cool to see that incorporated. Like you could choose
the synergy.
one.
The synergy.
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
I get what you're saying.
We have perks right here.
I do think they should include overclocks. I talked about that in my video, J Guy, where I think overclocks is a good way to. My chat, like my audience, was like, yeah,
they
that'd be
did very
cool.
specific ones for Warzone, though.
Yeah, 100%. I think the stim is a really good one, though. Do you want it to have like a debuff on stuns and flashes, or a stim boost, right?
Yeah. Yep.
I think that was a perfect balance. I was like, dude, this would work crazy.
So here are the perks, fellas. Scavenger, perk 1, improves ammo and resource acquisition. Veteran, improves equipment resistance and long-range weapon handling. Mountaineer, gain damage, negation when falling. Cold-Blooded, we know what that does. And Grenadier, right? But the big ones we want to talk about right now,
so like for that category isn't particularly competitive.
Yeah,
I would
it's not.
either go
It's
with
not.
Scavenger or Mountaineer. Like that's it.
The other ones are pretty ass. This perk 2 is, I would say, is pretty competitive. This has quick fix, which is obviously we know how broken quick fix is. Alertness, I think alertness is pretty good. Reactive armor, this needs a huge buff. It's worthless.
That one, it ends up being fine in specialist.
Yeah.
But in general, they did improve it. It's just not enough. Yeah.
So real quick, bomb squad, it says gain explosive resistance and equipment negation. Which one's the one that I was confused? Grenadier, this just lets you throw things farther.
That when you throw something, you can see where it's gonna land.
Yeah, the directory, and then also I think that one has the shrapnel equipped to it. It doesn't have it there, but the shrapnel benefit, it applies to the explosives, so it delays rehealing by an additional 3 seconds, I believe.
Got it.
That's what I'm pretty sure that one still has.
Okay.
So instead of a 5-second regen, it's an 8-second, which is a lot longer, you know?
Yeah, especially for like comp, that shit might actually do a lot of fucking damage. But the one that I think is the most is this one right here, boys, is Sprinter. I think this one is the one that's the most, I would say the most cracked out. Now, is it going to be used in competitive? I don't know. But for pubs,
I don't think it'll get used at all.
Really? Okay,
People don't want to go back to tac sprint, slow aim down sights.
Well, I'll say this, bro, with this, like, that's the first thing I noticed at Call of Duty Next was this shit's actually cracked. Like, normally Raven, or I don't know if it's just Raven, but I think they do a bad job at making things very minimal like increases. I don't think their perk systems has ever been the greatest. Like, it's Sprinter, improves sprinting and movement speed. Yeah, but how much though, right? Like before, I thought this was just gonna be minimal. Playing this shit, I was like, yo, you're actually moving. Lucky and I both brought out our knives at Call of Duty Next. I had the Sprinter perk, he didn't, and I was flying. Like, I was flying past him.
But I don't know if you'll pick that over quick fix or alertness.
That's the thing. I think it's gonna be quick fix or this. That's the only two things that I see. Now, when you get specialist, holy fuck, you're gonna feel insane. We're gonna say, Lucky?
No, I forgot.
Well,
no, it's one of those things that, like, if you use it, I feel like Sprinter's one of those perks that if you use it, you can't go back. Like, once you use it and then you switch to like quick fix, you're gonna not like the slowness.
It's gonna feel slow.
Versus like the quick fix, like the regen, like, yeah, you can take it off, but like the average player won't notice a difference. But I feel like when you use an unused Sprinter, like, you're gonna feel the weight of it, of like, dude, I feel like an absolute turtle moving around. You know what I mean? Like, it's not it.
Yeah, Sprinter's pretty, I would say, I feel like it's pretty fucking nice. I will definitely, if this is like a ground loop perk or something, that's gonna be fire. But I think it's ultimately gonna be between quick fix and Sprinter. But what we were talking about earlier was Survivor. So this is perk 3. So these still have pretty good ones. They got Tempered, which you guys know Tempered is pretty fucking good.
Yep.
We have Adaptive, improves explosive defense, movement, and handling. So what this is like, this is where I was a little bit confused, because there's Adaptive, improves explosive defense, movement, and handling. Then there's Bomb Squad, gain explosive resistance and equipment negation. That one's pretty easy to understand. And then there's Grenadier, improve explosive equipment and equipment handling. I don't.
One's throwable. The other ones are the Grenadier's offensive. This one's defensive.
defense. So is that like delayed?
Is this kind of like flexed or whatever? It's
yes. Like I think it delays like claymores, bouncing betties, all that stuff.
Right. I see.
Okay. Then there's tracker, survivor. So now improves health regeneration, revives, and provides 1 hit protection against ballistic weapons. So I thought this was just like RPGs, but this is 1-shot headshots. So that's gonna change things, I think, for the competitive scene.
And to be fair, these are dumbed down explanations because look at what Ghost says.
Improves stealth. Yeah, true.
Like the actual in-game widget will be like something different, and it'll be like a better
I'll send you that
explanation.
clip. I'll send you that clip of the advanced UAV with Ghost.
Yeah. So those guys are the perks right now. I mean, I feel like tempered in that third slot is going to be probably the most used, but 1-shot headshots being gone, I definitely think is gonna play a factor in that, and I think it's gonna.
I think the other big change with Warzone is getting rid of 8 attachment perks.
Yes.
Or 8 attachments.
That's one thing we haven't talked about.
Doing that.
What do you think, Lucky? I like it.
So they just went to overkill, so you get underkill, overkill, and then you don't have to rock 8 attachments. I think in terms of meta videos, it's so much better just to have 5 attachments. I never even did 8 attachments because such an excessive waste of time.
All right, so look,
when you really only want 6 attachments.
It helps the non-good guns, I will admit. So like,
yeah,
if I want to do video, let's just say on, I don't know, some terrible weapon, and I'm just like trying to do something fun, it allows me to add 8 attachments to make the gun somewhat viable going up against the damn Kilo in the C9 MP5. You know what I mean? Does it get over excessive like what Jay got said? Absolutely. Like I would only use it for that option. You don't need 8 attachments. Like 99% of the time I'm rocking overkill, but it was just nice to have that option to be like, yo, today I'm going to use the damn, who knows, the PP919. I'm going to use it as an 8 attachment build, right? Especially when they started bringing out the special weapons. That's when I feel like the special weapons are used a lot because you don't, like that is a perfect secondary. Like that new one they dropped that looks like a zombie gun.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the foldable SMG. The only time you ever see those weapons is when people use 8 attachment builds. No one's gonna just choose that gun.
Right.
So 8 attachment kind of gets rid of 2 styles of weapons: the trash guns and the special weapons. No, you'll never see a special weapon again. 100%.
I mean, look, like the reason why I kind of didn't like 8 attachments was, in theory, it was supposed to make more guns viable. That's what I thought it was gonna do. I feel like it didn't really accomplish that. I feel like it didn't make.
And the guns that needed it, you couldn't even use 8 attachments.
Yeah, I feel like it should be on only the older guns.
Oh, I see what you mean. To make the
to make them somewhat viable, because like, bro, some of these guns could actually be really good from like, not Black Ops 6, Modern Warfare 3, Modern Warfare 2, if you had 3 extra attachments, but you can't. Let's
see.
But yeah, I mean, I think the 8 attachments should live on the MW2, MW3 guns. Maybe not even Black Ops 6, right? But then the new weapons, no, I agree. The 5 attachments is good.
Yeah.
And again, 99% of people are legit just going to be using overkill.
Like, they just want it simpler. Yeah, they just want simple. So I get why they did that, right? Yeah. So look, I'm gonna keep going. Let's see, what else did they got here? Aim assist. Oh, okay. This is a big one. Aim assist change. So we know that from the beta till now, there was couple changes to aim assist. One was just to make things a lot easier. I won't get into the details of it, but it went from a 35% reduction of rotational aim assist, correct? Dropped down to 25%. So it was, let's just say at 100%. At the beta, they dropped it down 35%. Then they said, hey, that was a little too much. Let's buff it by a 25% reduction, right? So I feel like I didn't really notice the 35 to 25 that much. Maybe I just played the game too much, and I don't know if that I got used to it already.
The original nerf was 100% noticeable.
That one was from beta to launch was huge. I was like, whoa,
huge. Yeah. It was like you had to actually dial in your settings a little bit more.
Yeah,
like not ADS and it just takes over. No, no, my sense is a little bit too high now or whatever.
I sent you a DM, Hector, of someone testing the different aim assist values from like Modern Warfare 3 to Black Ops 6 to Black Ops 7. Yes, I sent him that video because I think that one also shows like a pretty it's just a good example of.
DMs.
Oh, I covered my camera.
Oh shit! I covered my
Jay
screen,
got
but
us I covered my screen too. You're good. Because I knew you were gonna pull DMs.
Here, let me see.
Wait, who's leaking DMs? I don't know.
Well, I'm sharing his screen.
Did he
and
share
just
my
tabbed
screen?
over to his DMs.
Well, because
Yeah,
I forgot he was sharing screen because on my screen I hide it. Shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we'll get into
Who
it.
baits his DMs?
Basically,
Okay.
the way that he tested this on this video is like he just was facing north, I believe, and then you could see the compass at the very top kind of give different values of how far the aim assist
Oh
is
yeah, that's
dragging.
how he can test it consistently.
Oh,
Right.
interesting.
So right here, it went to 189, then it went to 191. This is like, when the game first dropped versus... Dude,
Wait,
but
this-
think about
okay.
Marvel
look at
3.
it.
Oh
my God.
bro.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's
Damn.
how, rotational aim assist has changed.
MW3 is how the CODs were from 2019 to MW3 with the minus Cold War.
Yeah.
So that counts MW 2019, Vanguard, MW2, MW3 were all 30%.
So we're
Which is
all
insane.
we're all
That is
using
insane.
27 degrees right now, right? That's what's in Warzone right now.
No.
No.
Oh, in Warzone?
In Warzone.
Yes.
Yes, right?
Yes.
So we're about to go from 27
But that's
to
only
11.
at 5 meters. That's
Right.
specifically at 5 meters and 5 meters only.
So then
Right.
everything after this, how is it?
It scales depending
Yeah.
on the difference.
So it's
So
more,
ARs
right?
will be pretty similar. Yeah, ARs will still be pretty similar. You'll probably just notice it a little bit with the SMGs.
So worse at longer range now, correct?
I think probably the same at long range. It'll probably be pretty similar.
Yep.
Okay.
It's mainly this first 10-ish meters where it becomes a problem where
Yeah, I think they
Which
basically
is
wanted to
good.
avoid, like, if you're running in front of someone's camera close, that like they just automatically just track you. Like that's what
Right.
they wanted to avoid, I think.
I mean, bro, this some of the things that I see with rotational aim assist when I'm playing Warzone, I'm mind blown. So the fact that we're getting this, I will say some people are gonna fucking hate this. They're not gonna like it. A lot of the casuals are gonna come in and they're gonna be real fucking upset because they probably didn't even buy BO7 and they're just gonna come in and they've never felt this, and it's gonna feel weird to go from.
They're playing casual anyways. They're playing casual mode anyways. They'll be fine.
No, open playlist.
Yeah,
Hey.
we're sure it's open.
Lucky's gonna have a ball. Let me tell you, bro. Lucky's smiling right now. Oh man.
Oh, God.
Well, yeah, man. So I mean, aim assist changes. I obviously am happy about it. We'll see how the majority of the player base kind of feels about it. I think people are gonna be upset, but I'm obviously happy about it. I think most of us are. It does add a bigger skill gap. But with that being said, some people are not gonna like it because it adds a higher skill gap, right?
it's just an adjustment that people got to make.
Yeah, and in time they'll adjust. It just that initial jarring effect is gonna feel weird.
Well, the other second half of the aim assist is important too, where it says that it requires a right stick input versus before you could strafe into a wall or sideways or backwards at an angle and you would get aim assist. And now if you're not.
Oh, sorry, Jay, I cut you off.
Yeah, no, that was my thought. Yeah. you're good.
I saw a funny tweet. Someone said like they're like the quote unquote just adapt crowd is now mad because they have to just adapt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's jarring at first, but after a while you get used to it. I like it. So what Jay got said as well. So not only do you get a reduction in rotational aim assist, you also have to have your right stick actually moving for it to actually kick in. So that's another additional change, which technically isn't pretty jarring too.
And the other thing is the practical TTKs will go up.
Oh yeah. Ooh, I'm excited. Lucky,
Because
Lucky.
even
How you
without
feeling,
them
man?
changing the TTKs on average, people should miss an extra 5% of shots or whatever. So.
Right.
Like your meta build's about to be insane. You about to be running shit.
Well,
Lux.
dude, I'm thinking, bro, like, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Listen, bro. Let me be vulnerable here, bro. Anybody else struggle with the SMGs when playing Black Ops 7? Like, those were like,
Well,
hard
they
to
were
get.
all pretty bad. They were all pretty
They were bad,
The recoil,
right?
the
The
recoil
recoils,
is a little
what
bit
else?
sideways more than
Okay,
it should
so-
be. And
Now I could full send this, but I think the recoil was insane on SMGs. So when they're nerfing the when they're nerfing the the aim assist and the recoil is kind of insane. It's kind of a crazy combo for casuals.
but the weapons can be completely different in Warzone now. So
True.
Even if the
I'm just going in-
recoil
Yeah.
was insane and the guns felt like pea shooters or they felt broken, completely different profiles in Warzone now.
I'm just going in with the idea that let's just say that is the type of recoil that we're dealing with. That'll be a problem.
That's just
That'll
crazy.
be a problem. Yo, hey, Jake, I was like, oh, I'm gonna go for SMGs first. I love SMGs.
You're like, I'm gonna do some BO6 weapons today.
Bro, I was like, yo, what am I dealing with? So yeah, I mean, I guess that's the only downside I would say. But for the most part, I do like the nerf of aim assist.
No, it feels good. I think it's really good.
I like it too. Again, I think it's fucking the aim assist nerf increases the skill gap, increases the fucking skill gap. So yeah, look, let's move on to LTMs now. They're talking about, it said buybacks are coming back. What do you guys think about this? We obviously know that it seems like they're doing LTMs. The testing is that they want to add to the actual game. So they talk about buybacks. We know buybacks are pretty fucking cool, you know? But now we have things like wall bouncing and shit that are going to be in LTMs. How do y'all feel about that not coming?
Okay, so I could be wrong on this. J God, if you want to clarify, I don't know if you read the patch, the other week's patch notes. They're going to have weekend LTMs and then LTMs, it looks like. So the weekend LTMs are the playtest ones where I think it'll just be regular like Haven's Hollow, but it'll have like those mechanics, and then they'll have the fun LTMs, and those fun LTMs are going to be like your holiday rush, your buybacks, which might have the stuff that you mentioned as well. But for the most part, there's two types of LTMs, right? Or am I wrong? I'd be wrong on that.
Yeah, that sounded fine. I think they're also setting that expectation. Because sometimes with an LTM, you're like, oh, you're going to take away my mode for 2 weeks or something. Yeah. But if it's just like a 3-day LTM, then it's like, there's a reason to jump on the weekend.
Yeah.
What the hell is Hector laughing at, bro?
Dude, I got 100 fucking gifted in the middle of a podcast. That's never fucking happened. I don't even know what the fuck to do.
Hey, Hector, that's 900 short. Keep it chill.
Someone gets 1,000. We'll say thanks for 100, and he won't even acknowledge it though until it's 1,000. All right.
Yo, the amount of like ass twerking I'm holding back right now is insane. Yeah. So, bro, the LTMs look like. Do you guys? I personally think that this game desperately needs some flair. Right now. Is the wall bouncing that flare? I will say I hopped on Warzone after playing Black Ops 7 for like 2 weeks, whatever it was, a week, right? I played Warzone and I tried wall bouncing. And I was like, fuck. I was like, fuck, bro. You know? So what are y'all's thoughts? Do y'all like, are y'all upset? Because I did a poll. And it was 66%. Here, let me bring it up. It was 66% of people.
7?
Yo, stop.
Say that.
It was 66% of people chose that they want it in, while 33% said they don't. Here, I'm bringing it up now. Here.
I think in the past we've run into the issue where, where we watched some, where we basically like they would throw something into the game without like testing it. And it would either be negative or positive. So I don't mind them trying it in an LTM and then like just kind of getting feedback and stuff. I think that's a lot more reasonable than just like literally throwing something into the game that maybe not everybody likes, and it might hurt the game, right? So I don't mind them like.
It's also kind of what we asked for friggin' 5 years.
Yeah.
Leave that shit alone.
Right,
for
exactly.
a year.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna also add.
And then it's like they finally do it, and everyone's like, hey, hold up. You're supposed to.
I feel like Warzone and the multiplayer should be completely separate. But they, try out things and just see how they can continue to adapt Warzone. Because like you don't want to get in a situation again like Warzone 2 where they just throw in the multiplayer straight into the Warzone, and it's just like so negative.
The simplest thing is just to add it as an LTM, and whether it's true or not, say, you know what, 70% of y'all were loading up to the Jump on the Wall playlist, so that's going to be the new default, and everyone will go, all right, cool. I guess that was the percentage. We're good. They tried it at least.
So this is where
their W,
right.
This is kind of my 2 cents about it, because I agree with J-God. This is what everybody's been asking for, but you have to keep in mind this. This is my counter to that, right? Is we need to prevent at all costs a Warzone 2 situation. Like when that game came out, everybody's like, yo, what the fuck? Like this needs to be separate. This shit's ass. But whenever there's things that are good, that also should be added if it's good. Now, I actually don't mind. Obviously, I am a 1%er. I'm sad that it's not in the game, but I understand why they're doing it this way. They're doing an LTM for wall bouncing to try and see, like Jay just said, if people actually enjoy it or not. Is it something people want? Does it flow good, right? Because again, Verdansk and Rebirth are not meant with wall bouncing in mind, right? Maybe Haven's Hollow is. So again, I hope that the players want this in, because I feel like that'd be so fun to see and to play and to watch. Like, I definitely would love to see wall bouncing. But again, we need to prevent a Warzone 2 situation. And I 1000% agree that it should not be automatically 1-to-1 go, right? Like,
right.
It should be like, this is fine. They're testing it and seeing what people actually want. But again, my personal opinion, I wish that they would just add it.
But they need to do a proper test. Okay, so
yeah. So do you think
right
that LTM is a good test or no?
Well, no, I think an LTM is a great test. But what they do is, I feel like when they advertise something like cool in the game, that they don't want people to really go, but it's there just to say they did it. Like, they have like 15 playlists. For example, right now, if you go play Warzone, there's like 3 playlists, and then you're getting hit with Black Ops 7 ads, like in the store. As soon as you queue in, play Black Ops 7 now, all this stuff, which makes sense, like all for it. But if you really want to test something, at the time of the test, there shouldn't be like 100 playlists, right? Same thing with the open matchmaking stuff they're testing in Black Ops 7. Like, they have, like, if you go to play a match, like if you just want to play like a normal quick game, like you got to tab over and play the standard mode, right? But in the open matchmaking, they don't have that like regular queue. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's almost like they're kind of still having the option to do something else and drive traffic elsewhere, when it's like, when you're testing out this LTM, like you should really try to get the biggest sample size possible versus just like having a small and seeing what they like. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes sense, but they should just try to advertise it more.
I mean, how would they like
1,000?
Yeah, I don't know how
the
they would
first
do
thing
it.
is, like, as soon as you queue into the game, it shouldn't be a bundle advertisement. It should be like, yo, LTM is here. Click X to play now. So they should do that and not use that for a bundle advertisement, at least for that weekend. And then when you go to the LTMs, it shouldn't be hidden. And the actual UI for the LTMs, like, it should be visually able to see which is the new one, right? So like, even if it's
it
golden,
should have like a gold border on the actual playlist.
That's a good call. That's a good call.
Something new. Because if you go play Rebirth right now, there's like 15 lines and it just says like.
We used to have
Rebirth,
this in
Rebirth.
2019 with when the first Warzone came out. It would be a box, and then there'd be like a visual image on the box too.
Yep. And it was golden. And it's like, you knew, like, oh shit, like, even if you don't want to play it, you're gonna be like,
that's
what the fuck?
buybacks,
What is this yellow?
you know?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, what is this? Oh, what is it this weekend? So like, and even then, it's like they should advertise it prior. Like, they should have it locked, but if you hover over, almost like an event tab, it'll be like, oh, open ball bounce playlist open in 3 days with a countdown. Right? Like with the event tabs they do at the moment right now for like the Chucky theme, bro, as soon as you log in, you're hit with the Chucky thing. Every time you finish a game, the Chucky theme is in your face.
Oh, I hate that it's a second tab too.
Yeah,
you have to go through it. You have to go through it.
If you have to change your loadout
with the Beavis and Butthead, it would make it auto select the fucking first character over and over. I'm like, bro, I don't like this fucking dude's voice lines.
So they know how to do it, because if they listen, I buy every bundle. I'm not gonna say they anything bad about that, but they know how to literally throw bundles and monetization stuff in your face consistently. So if they're going to do a proper test, I think they should use the same resources they do with the bundle test or with the bundle purchasing as they would with an LTM, if they really want to test it out. You know what I mean? So that's what I would say.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
and then the other thing I'll add, even though I know you're going to say one quick thing, is that they just need to follow through on what they keep saying. Remember when BO6 came out? Yeah, we're going to try these things. Cool. We got one trial of this weapon case in an LTM. It was there for a week and never came back.
I remember that. I remember that.
Where the fuck is the follow through like on that? Oh, we're going to try these things out in LTMs first. Oh, by the way, when you do the Easter egg at the tower, you're going to get specialist. You're going to get the hand cannon. You're going to get the door barricade. And other bullshit that ain't even in the game yet, and we did an LTM test.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I like LTMs. I get it, but like, if people aren't actually playing the LTMs, then what does it fucking matter, right? Like, it needs to actually fucking matter, and LTMs need to. Like, people need to actually play it, right? And like,
well, I think that goes back to what Lucky's saying.
Yeah.
They're suppressed. Like, people don't even know there's an LTM.
Yeah.
But anytime I think of something like, or they show something off, or they talk about something, I gotta you gotta really from where we're at. Even the people in the chat, bro. If you are watching this, you gotta dumb it down times 10 and understand that these people need their handheld to certain situations. You know what I mean? People still don't know how to put 8 attachments on their weapon, so when they're taking it out, most of them aren't gonna know. You know what I mean? People ask how do you put 8 attachments on? It's been a year and a half. So that being said, if you want them to navigate through the UI. Bro, I promise you, bro, you gotta make it golden, right? You gotta advertise on the front page for a weekend. I know you're gonna take away some bundles for a second, right? And again, this is something big, you know what I mean? So
yeah, I mean, look, that's just one of many LTMs. We talked about buybacks. We talked about the wall bouncing one. Then they talk about an increase here. I'll play it.
Well,
so here, let me hear what he says.
Some surprises for you, but for season 1,
we can talk
about some of the weekend LTMs coming.
Weekend
now,
LTMs.
One experimental one that we're excited about is called Amped BR.
Amped?
The idea here simply is increased health, because we really want to see how this changes.
So increased health. Now, is it going to be Iron Trials health? That's cool. I like that they're doing okay, let's just try it. Let's play it. And normally LTMs don't have SPMM at all. So I don't know. Is that one going to be Iron Trials? I hope they do. I hope these LTMs are fun enough to where every weekend we're like, oh, I wonder what's going to be the new LTM. I wonder what's going to be the new one, right? I love Iron Trials.
You know what they need to do? They need to test these LTMs on both maps, 1,000%. Because, for example, Iron Trials, they tested that out on Rebirth and it sucked. Everyone hated it because no one wanted to play Rebirth Island on max health. But I remember playing on Caldera and yo, this is amazing. This is great. So they got to test it on both maps because both are going to have a different experience. They did that one Christmas mode or the prop hunt style mode on the big map. And it was so much fun. I was like, yo, this is so much fun, but I'm not going to play this because it's on what map are we on right now? It's Kyrgyzstan. I'm not playing this on this AI map, bro. I'm done. So get it on Rebirth. So they got to, I don't know how hard it is, bro, but if it's not too hard, they got to have LTMs on both games. Especially because Verdansk is dying. It's dead.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Ebates is locked in. Ebates is locked in.
Ebates lagged out. He lagged out. All right. Yeah. He lagged out. Let me.
We also have some other LTMs.
What LTMs are talking about?
For season 1. One that I will talk about is High Octane BR.
Yeah, High Octane. That's the one that they said that you get loadout right away, right?
This is pretty cool because players can start out with their loadouts. Yeah. They're also able to access the buy station.
Oh yeah. So Lucky, what do you think about this? It's only BR though. It's only BR. I'm sharing screen if you wanted to hear it. It's only in BR, but you start and you get your loadout, right? And then you can access the buy station anytime you want. So it's a button. Like to me, it's a button. Wait, where the fuck you go? Oh, I think it was
you saying plunder?
No, that sounds like plunder, but it also sounds like they're just one step behind what Rebirth is. Buy stations are very easy accessible, so you can get your loadout pretty fast.
No, but they're talking about you get immediate access
get your loadout.
to.
Spawn
No, but the buy station one, you don't even have to hit up a buy station.
You don't have to go to a buy station. You just click your menu and you automatically have a buy station.
Yeah, I mean it definitely is interesting. It just for it being BR doesn't interest me that much, to be honest. But. Because I feel like when they do that for BR, it almost looks too much like a resurgence style. You have your loadout.
That's how that what was that golden? Not it was it wasn't Champions Quest. What was it called? The Champions of Caldera?
Yeah, there was a game mode like that where you
started with your loadout and it was a little bit faster zone and it moved. Yeah. I think the zone didn't even do zones. It just started moving. I think that's where Battlefield got it. They just copied that whole slow zone moving. Yeah. But maybe other games did that too. I think Fortnite probably had an LTM of that too. But basically the zone just kept moving. And it was one of those things where that mode was cool.
It excites me. It's cool. But what kind of killed my vibe, it's on BR. And I feel like it defeats the purpose of BR. The only time I feel like BR is really, really good when it takes on a resurgence setting is buybacks. That is so much fun, and I feel like this is just another step because it's yes, you have access to buy stations, so that's really just to buy your teammates back, basically. Right?
Yeah, I get it. I mean, it's something. It's cool. Well, let's see how it plays out, right? I get what you mean by I wonder how that would play out in resurgence. I am curious to see why they don't do like both? Like if they do a weekend LTM, why can't it be to both as opposed to just one or the other? Right. So yeah, okay. All right, let me continue. Let me see what else they got.
Yeah.
Oh, so okay. So I'm not gonna say there's no SBMM. All right, because that's not what this means. They just announced open matchmaking is coming to Call of Duty Warzone. What that means is skill is minimally considered. Yeah, I don't know.
Cap.
Take that how you will, chat. Take that how you will. But SBM is minimally considered, as opposed to whatever it's considered now. So yeah. Thoughts on this, boys? Thoughts?
I know, man. Listen, I play Black Ops 7. There's times where I was nonstop connecting to like 6 stacks, prestiges, like reconnecting the same. I'd leave a game, I'd wait, join back, it'd be the same lobby. I'd wait like 5-10 minutes, bro. Join back to the same lobby. I'd join into a damn helicopter in my face.
Damn.
I mean, I think it's a selling point. I don't know. To be honest, for me, again, maybe it's because I was doing camo grind or it was multiplayer or whatever, or maybe I'm just complaining. I don't think it was that much of a difference to I think 1 in every 10 games I had a real juicer. But at that point, you know,
it doesn't feel
regular pubs. Yeah.
So Isaac said that there was a video that exclusively dropped that
he just dropped it like an hour ago.
Oh shit! That there was significantly higher ping on his main account versus burner account.
Oh yeah, ping was insane.
Well,
does that mean
was 17 ping?
So yeah, it's SBMM. They're just trying to put you in sweatier lobbies.
So, yeah, I was gonna say, does that mean that like that his burner account had less SBMM because it was just finding you the closest connection?
But that's been the same thing when we worked together and we've done testing for SBMM in previous years. We would load into the account. We would see the timer. We'd set a timer as soon as we hit Q. We'd click the same playlist at the same time of day. So like if today it was 5 o'clock, we would do 5 o'clock, boom. And then you see how long it takes. You set the timer. On average, it's faster to get into a match on the average account.
So ping is indeed not king.
Decent. No. It's not the number one priority. No.
Okay. So ping is indeed not king.
And then the other part that was there would be the so that's time to match, and usually that one's like 10 seconds difference in some instances, and sometimes it's more, but that's like an average. It's usually about 10 to 12 seconds. And then the ping, it was always different. It was like 15 milliseconds difference on the ping.
Yeah.
So his normal account, he probably plays on 25, and then his other account is like 42. His normal account's 42. And his alt account is like 25, so it's 17 difference.
Oh, flipped. Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah, it's flipped. So you get in with the higher ping, minimally higher ping, because it's 10 milliseconds. If I'm on 12, it'll probably put me on 20. Like, it's because he's already starting at 25. The number's probably there. But either way, it shouldn't be that big of a difference. It should be like a margin of error where it's like 25 and 27 probably, you know?
Right.
Like, oh, cool.
I was getting packet burst every game, bro.
Yeah, those types of bullshit. And then the time to match should almost be identical.
Yeah.
Shit, man. If it was... Yeah, right.
I didn't watch the video because obviously it went live when we went live, but I would say that I don't know if he tested the standard matchmaking playlist.
I'll be honest, I did not tell a difference. Like if you tell me there's a difference, I would have known.
Because if it's similar to the standard, then that means it is gaslighting. But like, let's say for example, he went to the standard playlist with his normal account and it was like a 30 ping difference and a 45-second difference. Then you'd be like, oh shit, they could really crank SBMM a lot more. So it is actually reduced compared to the standard.
Oh, I see what you mean.
But also, how many people are playing that playlist? I don't know. So there's a lot of variables. That's the problem with doing manual testing with these things. And when we did it for 50 matches or something stupid on like 4 different accounts and each of us did that. So there was like 4 of us. So we did like, I don't know, 16 accounts. And that was during Cold War. And those are similar results of that. So clearly something's wrong. And they have to address it. They have to, whatever the fuck they're doing, they need to address it on their end. Regardless if it is minimal or middle of the road SBMM or strict, whatever it is, they have to put out something to address it.
Yeah, because now, hey, I love that Ace did that, bro. Because now
that's
it's
all
like
people are gonna say is that even though without seeing the video, there's probably additional testing that would need to further confirm what people already believe, which is kind of like the initial results of that video, right?
Yeah. Isaac just said the theory is that SBMM is so cranked that he's getting pulled out of his local servers to find higher level players no matter the location. SBMM over ping and matchmaking consideration. And the reason why this is such a big deal is because we've been told by a lot of people like, oh, ping is king. Ping is all like what really matters. Yes, there's SBMM, but ping is the most important. When we all know that that's not really true. And this now confirms it. So
yeah. Come out, Hector.
Yeah, I mean, we just did. We just spent the last 20 minutes.
Oh, my fault. That's right.
Yo, so
open matchmaking is coming to Warzone.
Let's see how that actually plays. New mechanics, we kind of went over this.
That's probably crazier in Warzone because when you have a 50-player lobby, it's different than a 12-player lobby.
Right.
Like, I already felt Warzone could be sweaty, but there's also so many matches where you do find average players that are like kind of shit at the game.
So in theory, you should have the bigger the pool, the more loose it should be, right?
If there's strict matchmaking, the bigger the pool, the more strict it should be.
Oh shit.
And one of the problems that people don't talk about enough, and this is, it sounds like devil's advocate or whatever, but realistically, before crossplay happened in 2019, the SBMM was even like harder for them to make strict because you were only on PlayStation, only on Xbox, and only on PC. So those all have their own individual layers of players. So like the top 10% of PlayStation only competes on PlayStation.
Right.
Same on Xbox, same. But when you do crossplay, well, now the top 10% of those sweaty ass dudes on that one are playing with the same 10% sweaty ass on those ones and the sweaty asses on those other ones. So now you have like 3 times as many sweaty ass players. SBMM went cranked with MW 2019, not only because they changed the algorithm, but because now the player size is bigger. So when they slice off the top 10%, it is like way fucking sweatier than if it was only one console, if that makes sense.
Dude, I'm just thinking about this now. Like you just made me, the thought just came up that like the SBMM shit got cranked in 2019, right? Modern Warfare 2019. Next year, when we get Modern Warfare 4, like,
oh no,
how down bad are we about to be? Like what?
I'm scared, bro. IW scares me.
We're okay, we already went over that. We'll go over that right now. But like,
no, you know what though? It's gonna be so fucking gas. It's gonna be stupid. It's
you think so?
Stupid. Yes, because they're gonna be like, it looks nothing like Black Ops 6 or 7. It's in the Modern Warfare universe. They're probably cooking a campaign because of that dog shit movie. That whatever they put out in MW3. Not them, but their campaigns. I will give them credit. IW makes some sick ass campaigns.
Yeah, they do. They do.
Even though MW2 was garbage, that campaign was decent. MW 2019,
I don't want DMZ.
Decent. They're gonna have DMZ. They're gonna have all these other things, and the graphic fidelity because there's no more PlayStation 4 compatibility. It's dropped. It's gonna look better, but it's gonna play like dog shit. We already know that.
No, man.
Oh my god, bro. Yeah, Isaac, I agree. That's what I'm saying, bro. Okay, here it's a question that I asked in one of my videos that I put. It's like, okay, are we I feel like things can only get as like so bad until there's a breaking point, right? Until there's a tipping point where people just aren't happy, right? Or people like right now, have we hit that breaking point? Because like objectively, Treyarch has made so many good changes to this game, and I think the game is really fun, but no, like it's performing really bad. Is it performing really bad because the game's bad? Or is it performing really bad because Call of Duty has just treated their audience so poorly that finally there gets to a point where like people are just fed up? Like because they reduced SBMM.
People are fed up.
We know, up, bro.
Bad.
It's bad.
Like,
yeah,
but they did it. They do it to themselves, bro. They
do,
bro.
But bro, think about Treyarch now. Now, are they gonna be like, oh, we reduced SBMM, we reduced aim assist, and this is the worst performing game ever. Now, next year, let's crank SBMM to the max. Let's give them the most insane amount of aim assist. Let's fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I will argue that those things can't always be done that quickly. Like, they've already been in development for 2 years, 3 years of that next game.
I think too, those are like two different scales of like, okay, like how their initial game sells and then how their player base like retains, right? Because like if they're making these changes and the retention's really good, then it's like, okay, those changes were beneficial for like our player base. But if initial game sales weren't good, then they have to go back to, okay, how was our marketing? How did we propose, you know, how the game was going to be and all those things. I also think that it really hurt them that they went back to back Treyarch. Like Black Ops 6 with Black Ops 7, just like,
I feel bad for Treyarch.
It's not.
Man.
I'm not saying it's a DLC, but that's what a lot of people are saying. Like, right? People are saying it's just an upgraded version of Black Ops 6. To be fair, it does feel very similar, just with a wall bounce, no tac sprint. So I see why the game struggled for sales, but I think that there's probably two ways that they kind of weigh that out.
Also, I think that the other part that hurt in the sales is basically everyone that reviewed it that's not a COD person basically only played 3 hours of the campaign, said it was dog shit, and then basically labeled the whole game dog shit.
Yeah. I mean,
With
it's zero
playtime in multi and 0 playtime in zombies, which are the actual good parts of the game. And even though I'm not a fan of it, people are actually enjoying the end game, which I do not understand. Like people are like telling me in the comments, like, "Oh, it's so gas. It's like DMZ, but without all these dumbass people shooting you." I'm like, whatever, dog. Like, I don't get it. But like, that review is based off 3 hours of content that, like, everyone is saying, even the COD people are saying is bad.
I think Treyarch does a good job at retention when it comes to their players like playing the game a little bit longer. Yeah. And then IW does a good job. Well, I'll say this: the marketing team at IW does a good job at selling their game because they always crush it on sales.
They cook.
Bro, their sales.
I will say. Go on.
Sorry, sir. Wasn't there like a statistic about like the drop off from Modern Warfare 2 was one of the most sold Call of Duties, but then wasn't there some crazy statistic that like the drop off was fucking monumental after that shit came out? Wasn't there something that came out that like, bro, the player count drop was insane. Yeah.
Yeah, the retention was awful for Modern Warfare 2. Awful.
Yeah.
Well, we've seen the peak, bro. If you look it on Google Trends, you can see where it came out and you can see where it died like a week or two later. And the same thing happened with on Steam charts, and like all the visible charts that we have is basically awful.
I would imagine that the Black Ops 7 retention is probably pretty high, especially with all the mastery camos they have, the zombies.
For sure.
Like I'm sure that like Master Prestige, obviously, I'm sure the retention is super high. I would assume.
I think it's scary though that they're spoiling us so much, and I don't think IW is gonna do the same.
Oh no,
I feel so like it sucks. Like my mind is already gone. Like when IW comes out, it just GG's or IW. You know what I mean? Whatever the thing.
Yeah, no,
is.
I'm enjoying this year of COD because I'm already preparing for the worst next year.
Yeah, no, I'm actually like I'm not even forcing the enjoyment. I actually really love this game. So
my expectations is they're probably gonna have cosmetics like Battlefield. That's probably what they're gonna do. That's just gonna be it was so bad.
It's so dirt, bro. Oh my god, bro. I'm sorry. The cosmetics that Modern Warfare 2 dropped were the worst thing ever, bro. Actually, by far, bro. We didn't get a good bundle till like months and months after. I could go into that. But what I was gonna say though is I feel like and this is, dude, I feel so bad for the devs. I feel like there's too much on their plate, and the people on top add so many of these ideas to add to increase the selling point. For example, Jigga, the campaign, it's terrible. They didn't have to release a campaign this year. They could have advertised Endgame. We could have played Endgame at COD next. We could have, they went crazy on multiplayer. They could have maybe redid the UI and then went crazy on Warzone. And that I think would have been, and the zombies as well.
Well, really the problem is like, I feel like what happened with BO4, because it didn't have a campaign, was almost worse than having a bad campaign.
Really?
Yeah, because to my understanding, they actually worked on a campaign, but then it ended up getting scrapped or something. They couldn't finish it. That's what I didn't
play Bob's 4. Did they have like zombies, like an end game style?
It had zombies. The zombies, I'm not a fan of that particular version, but it had some pretty cool Easter eggs. I didn't like a lot of the systems in that game, but the maps were pretty good. The Easter eggs were pretty good on the zombie side. It had Blackout, which was pretty popular, but it wasn't crossplay and it was paid, so there was no free-to-play element. And the in-game rewards that you got in Blackout were nothing's even come close to that in Warzone, where you had to unlock the operators by doing some random shit on the map. If you found an item, you had to do specific challenges. I don't know how many. The chat will probably spam it in
Sounds like Endgame, bro. Sounds like Endgame.
No. So for example, there was like this one. Somebody will remember it. To unlock Woods, the operator, it wasn't like you could buy it in the store. You had to actually go into the. I think it was in the game. You had to find a beret, and you had to hit a 100-meter snipe from a helicopter, and win the match or something stupid like that. Like that was. Yes, so if you lost the match, you don't get the skin.
Interesting. Either way, though, my main goal is that they stretch them too thin, and
yeah, but I'm saying that game was good, but then the multiplayer didn't exist, so that created its own issues. Maybe that was Reznov. Somebody knows, but like they had some crazy shit like that where you literally, and then all the number skins, each operator had a different set of like Easter egg that you had to solve to get the individual skin. But in the end game, it's just, kill the fear guy 12 times. Like, that's it?
Yeah.
Like, cool, dope.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm very curious to see what next year brings, bro. Like, it's going to be, I don't know. Apparently,
let's not stress it.
Yeah, I mean, apparently that visual recoil is back to Modern Warfare 2 levels. Smoke is back to Modern Warfare 2 levels. Doors are back.
Oh, you're seeing his tweet? Yeah.
Y'all see all that shit? The leaks,
bro. Like,
what else?
Black Ops 7. When I first played Black Ops 7, I was like, bro, this game is so visually clear. Like, it just feels so like clear. It feels like OG COD. Like, there's not this a bunch of bullshit on my screen.
But at least that leaves Treyarch up for a good follow Black Ops 8 because everyone hate IW and Treyarch was they cook.
At least for Warzone,
well, you know what they really need to do? If they want to cook, all they need to do is do what they did with MW 2019. Fucking start over.
Just complete fucking reset.
If they want to go even old school, they can include World War in the mix because that's actually part of the Treyarch, brand as well.
Oh, you're saying Treyarch? You're saying Treyarch?
Yeah.
Oh,
Treyarch.
okay.
Well, because obviously Sledgehammer's going to do their own game. I don't know what the hell they're going to do, but Treyarch, they can go back to Black Ops 1 and do it all over again.
Man, I don't even know what the fuck's going on in the campaign, those zombies anymore. So fuck
because it doesn't exist, bro. It's all fucking in the fucking fear smoke or whatever the hell that shit out. You're fighting the dude on the edge of the ship, and you're actively the dude. So it's like you're fighting. I don't know.
Wasn't there like a leak about like Call of Duty being like martial arts or something? Remember there was something, bro.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's in 2 years, I think.
Yes,
they're gonna have some martial arts.
There's gonna have okay, maybe I'm faded for what I recall, but there's like no guns or some shit, and it was like it's like turning into like a fighting game. Do you remember that shit? I saw that somewhere.
I saw that leak. I don't know exactly what the details of that. There's definitely gonna be weapons, but yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, Sledgehammer's game. Yeah. Sledgehammer's game.
I don't know how we got to fist fighting Call of Duty, but here we are.
Anyways,
hey, Lucky, you got to try and do that. Like, I don't know if you've seen Peanut do that. He literally, when he finds people that recognize him, he goes, "Let's fist fight," and they just drop all their shit and they fight.
Dude,
you can do that because the open comms. Not a lot of games have the open comms. They do that on.
I love our creators. Okay, look, now
here we go.
Lucky, I want to hear your thoughts. The next one we're talking about. What are your changes on Rebirth Island? So I'm gonna play this without any audio, and I just want to see the new changes that they're bringing. Lucky, I'm gonna let you kind of take the forefront here. What are your thoughts on the changes to Rebirth Island? I'm gonna pause it right here. Wait, let me go back. What do you feel about this? How are you feeling right now? It's now a snowy version of Rebirth Island. For those of you that don't know, Lucky has been on his hands and knees barking at the devs, literally rough, asking them, please just reskin Rebirth, please. If
there's anybody the sub.
Which one? And if you look at the center map down low, that's a new POI. So they've added a new POI right there.
Well, yeah, now it's an actual big building, right?
It's an actual POI, yes. So it used to just be a shack, and then there was a self-revive there, ammo crate, but now it's an actual POI.
They raised they added more concrete to that side area too, where it was the slope down and the zip cuts across.
Oh yeah, it's very easy, more accessible. You know what it reminds me of, J-God? Fortune's Keep, where the satellite is at the edge of the map, far right-hand side.
Yeah.
You know, that's what that POI reminds
Yeah, where
me
the
of.
tents are, right?
Yeah.
Wait, what
This
did y'all
is
say?
good. Sorry,
What
Hector,
boat did they get? What boat did you guys say they took off?
Far left.
There was a
far left, there used to be
submarine on the
submarine.
far left in the water.
Oh, I thought I see boat, but you guys meant submarine. I see what you mean. Lucky, thoughts on this, because you've been an avid, you know, you love Rebirth Island. You love Rebirth Island, and you just want it to be reskinned. What are your thoughts? Tell me, what are your thoughts on this?
All right, listen. Anybody complaining about Rebirth Island is only complaining about it because they're fatigued off the map, not because the map sucks. So that is a fact. All right, so I'm gonna get that out the way. Now, in terms of this reskin, I think it's a good start. I think the snow does play a good part. I do think they gotta add some like color to it in a way. I don't know how they would do that, but I know a lot of the snow's covering certain areas of the map, so I think they gotta increase some of the visuals. And I would like to see some increase or some changes to a couple more POIs. That bottom POI is sick. I love it, but I don't see anything also on the north side of the map from looking at living quarters. But again, this is very early. Maybe it's not. They got to add a couple, like at least change one POI or another. This is a good refresh, though. This is a good refresh. At the end of the day, here's what's going to happen. Everyone's going to be super excited about the new map that comes out, Haven's Hollow. But once this drops, I guarantee you this will again be the king. And the reason for that is there's no map that beats it. The only map that came close to beating it, in my personal opinion, was Vondel, because it offered a completely different experience. You couldn't compare it. Right, but Rebirth Island, this is like the king of all the small map resurgences. I would like to also see them add something all around. I don't know if you remember Fortune's Keep. They added a boat that went around the island.
Oh, yeah,
there's a lot of water now in Rebirth. I would like to see
Yes.
them add a moving boat with a high POI around the island. I think that'd be pretty cool. Color's good though. One of the screenshots you'll get to, it looks like it's foggy. I'm praying to God, to the devs, do not add fog to this map. Do not add fog. Keep the sky bright. Add some
Those
spring
were like
colors.
specific events, right? Like they had
Like right there looks
the event.
foggy.
Nah, you could see across the map though.
It's just the glare of the
but
sun.
There's a better screen. There's a better one. So these are all the same POIs. It is cleaned up though, it looks like. There's no more
On the left
debris in
side, it
center
does
of
look
that.
foggy on the left.
No, there's another one. It's not here yet. It's not here yet.
Bro, them upgrading docks though is pretty massive. That's
Yeah,
pretty
on the
massive.
right side, that's a good one. Where is
Like
it?
this
What are the
POI
screenshots?
this is a big deal. Like
That's that POI that we were
Yes.
That's what
talking
we were
about.
just looking at. Yeah.
yeah, this is a big deal.
Is it no
Like,
name?
this looks a little foggy. This does look a little foggy. I ain't gonna lie. It looks
Also,
like
because-
what if the zone is a storm instead of gas now?
Like a snowstorm?
Yeah. Am I bugging?
They're not doing that.
Well, one thing I like about it too is I feel like the visibility is going to be insanely good.
Hope so. That's my
Because
biggest
people aren't
concern.
going to blend in. It's not like camouflage, unless there's a white operator with camouflage that, like, there's a bunch of those.
Yeah, you can finally actually use them.
Use them.
Yeah, but I hope they clean up a little bit more. You know what I mean? I hope they definitely clean up a little bit more. You can't drop the snow map with one POI change and think that's gonna satisfy everybody.
They
It'll
gotta
satisfy a
add
lot of-
Christmas lights, bro. They gotta add Christmas lights to this shit.
What's too late?
They
It's
talk
coming out
much-
February, I think.
Yeah,
Did
when
they
is this
talk
coming
much
out?
about
February.
casuals?
No.
Oh, whoa, that's a new POI. That is a new POI up north. No, north of that picture. That is a different building. So
Yeah,
up
on
the
the
north
corner
of
there.
dock. Yeah. Oh, right there. You can pause on a wider angle on the last screen at 412,
Oh.
I think. That
Wait,
is a
where is
whole new
this?
building. This is living quarters behind the
That's
houses.
that little
Okay.
dirt. That was dirt there. There was that missile thing right there.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
a
yeah,
building
right there.
just right next to Grandma,
Oh,
or right next to Green.
The missile
Right.
sensor
Find it
thing.
up. That also is a bunker connecting that might loop around to left-hand side under artillery. You know, by that
Huh.
staircase going up for truck. So that could be cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because
So,
that missile silo was
bunker.
basically just nothing there.
Bro, that's actually crazy because I know we did a podcast. And I think Lucky you were on there. We talked about like how like the docks needed upgrade, lower industry
yeah.
needed an upgrade, and harbor, but they changed two of them. So if they add something to harbor as well, I feel like that would. I mean, that'd be insane.
There may
Yeah.
be, because they only show quick snippets here. And I think they intentionally show this because obviously there's more to it. Obviously, the dock was more obvious to us. And we didn't notice the other
Right.
part, even though that is
They
big
cleaned up
difference.
the streets a lot too. There's not a lot of like, I mean, I guess from the snow, right? There's not a lot of brush and stuff. Listen, I know this is gonna sound dumb. I saw someone say in the comment section like as well, or right on the chat, but like the trees right there, pause. Like, yo, change them to pine trees. Like, I don't know how hard that is, but like you gotta change it. Like the
give me Christmas lights. Give me Christmas lights.
Yes, dude. Add the pine tree, the Christmas tree, or whatever, bro. Like that stuff. I think like even the shack. Like if we could rescale, like they have different buildings, right, in Avalon and stuff like that. Like, you know, if there's one that could replace that little shack right there, like those little things, I think would help out a lot. Like in terms of like visually changing Rebirth, but keeping it the same. Also, the vehicles got to change as well. Bottom left, I'm tired of seeing that thing in the map. Let's see like the truck on Avalon. That's actually sick. But like stuff like that, they got to keep fluffing it up. You know what I mean? And we'll see. But it looks good. I'm excited, bro. I'm excited. I'm very excited. And I want everybody who complained about Rebirth Island to not step foot on this map when it drops season 2. I don't want anybody. I want you to stay on Haven's Hollow and enjoy your map and don't dare step, because I was, ooh.
You talking about GRXD in the chat? GRCXD?
Oh, is that? No, I mean, there's a lot of them. What is GRC saying?
Oh, he's mad. He's very mad. He's very mad.
Pissed.
I mean, look, bro. I don't know why people are mad. They like why are people mad? They're giving us a new map and they're reskinning Rebirth, right? Like that.
And
that in
rotation. You could play them.
That in and of itself is a W. Now, if you're a Resurgence guy, you're pretty fucking happy. Now, if you're a BR guy, I can understand why you're fucking pissed, because Verdansk is ass, right? But objectively speaking, from like you're getting a reskin of a map that is a fan favorite, whether you personally like it or not. I'm talking to everybody, right? There's a reason why this map is still here, and that's because it is, without a shadow of a doubt, I can confidently say that it is the most played map out of any map in the game right now. So they have numbers to back it up. That's why it's still here. But on top of that, people want something new, something fresh. So they drop new maps. Like that's why they're doing it, right? Like I think if you're a Resurgence guy, you should be pretty happy with this. Now, if you're a BR guy, I'd be fucking pissed. I understand. The new Verdansk is ass right now. I'm not gonna lie, bro. So yeah. Now, I will say from a like this being a completely new, integration, I am sad. I'm like I kind of wanted Avalon. I wanted Blackout 2.0. Like if you would have Blackout 2.0, Avalon, and then all these changes as well into one integration, this might have been the best integration we've ever had. Like again, if they're able to actually launch the integration without things getting fucked up, that's another story. Who fucking knows? But yeah, I think if you're a Resurgence guy, you're probably kind of happy with everything going on. You get a new map, you get a new reskin to the most played map in the game. But if you're a BR guy, you're pretty fucking pissed. I would like some Avalon. It's been a map for 2 years now, and I would also like Blackout 2.0. But we'll see. We got the new perk system. We have new movement system. We're gonna have a bunch of LTMs. Hopefully, things go pretty well when it comes to them actually changing metas and changing attachments and shit. I think for a integration, I think it definitely missed the mark a little bit. I talked about this in one of the videos that I posted. The level of expectation for what you get during a new integration versus what we got, I think it did miss the mark. If this was like a season 2,
I disagree.
3, I personally, that's my opinion. I think it missed the mark.
I'll go ahead and give my point once you go ahead and finish your thought.
Okay. Yeah, so I think a lot of people were really upset, especially at COD Next. It was like, yo, this is all we're getting, just a new Resurgence like map, right? For an integration and the new guns, that's it. Like, I think a lot of people wanted it to feel like brand new. And even with the no wall bouncing, I don't think it's gonna really feel all that new. So we'll see what happens with Blackout 2.0. I think for me, if Blackout 2.0 came and Avalon came with this, and all this stuff, I think it'd be fucking insane. But I think they missed the mark a little bit. I think the level of expectation of what an integration brings versus what we have, I don't think it's necessarily there. Which I think it's a lot of why people were upset at COD Next and why COD Next felt really lackluster. Thoughts, boys? Go ahead.
I will agree that the contact expectation is kind of important because with the Verdansk, there's only the 2 POI changes, whatever. It's like not even mentioned here. But where I disagree is it's almost doesn't even matter about the content anymore. It's like, can they even execute an update where the game doesn't brick itself? Like where loadouts aren't bugged, where you spawn in and you drop shit through the map, where you go to the buy station, you're stuck there, and your game crashes and freezes. Where you do some other bullshit that just the game doesn't work right. Like that's the expectation, is that people just want it to work right, and they haven't done that yet. So I think that's the biggest issue. This fourth update needs to just be. No, I'm not seeing 10 clips on the timeline. This bug's still in the game.
Yeah. They need to do what they did for
Can't get my loadout.
season 3.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Season 3, I think when Verdansk came out, they did a very good job at no bugs, or minimal bugs. That was the first time that I've seen where they integrated something. I don't know if it had anything to do with them shutting down servers for 24 hours.
And it gets compounded because they take
yeah.
their little time off during the holiday, which is deserved for all the work. But it's like, the game cannot be bad during those months.
There was a couple bugs with Verdansk, but it wasn't like unplayable. I think I remember when Black Ops 6 dropped, it was like unplayable.
Verdansk was awesome. Season 3 was
When season 1 dropped of Black Ops 6, it was fucking insane. Like
it was bad.
The amount of bugs I had, guys. I put down a sheet and I sent it to them of 54. I still remember the number: 54 bugs / things that were fucked up with the game. 54. Damn.
Remember, you could mantle, and then if you died while mantling, you revived. You could shoot while in the down position or some shit.
There was so many things,
There
bro.
was some bug Evates had. I don't remember. He showed on the timeline multiple times. I'm like, there's so many that's unacceptable for a game that's 5 years old, bro.
I remember. I know what video you're talking about. I don't remember what it is, but I was like literally yelling at my screen while doing it. I'm like, look at this! Look at this! I'm like playing. Like,
I think you couldn't do a deployable thing on a buy station. I don't know,
dude.
There's all kinds of there was all kinds of problems.
Yeah.
But I understand that though none of those things are intended. So like no one's going out of their way to fuck up the game that way. But it's like you can't even enjoy the content because they're not allowing you to enjoy the content that they actually worked on. And this needs to be different. Yeah. Like people are over it. People are so over it. They don't even care. They just want their games to work.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, look, boys, this shit releases in 1 week, a week and some change. So we have, let's see how it plays out. I mean, let's take the over under here, boys. Do y'all think it releases like season 3 of Verdansk, or are we going to get a bunch of bugs? What do you think?
I think it'll be pretty smooth.
I'm actually, I think it'll be smooth as well.
I agree. I think it's actually going to come out.
They ain't got nothing coming out. They got a map, and that's it.
It better be smooth. It better be smooth.
Yeah. If they can't handle this, how do you think they're gonna handle Avalon, bro? You know, or Rebirth Island refresh. When they dropped Rebirth Island last time, they fixed it. The audio was bugged. The zipline. They had to take it out after a few hours because it was so bad. Think about that. They re-released the map they already had, and it was so bad they had to take it out within a few hours.
I remember talking to the devs where they were like, bro, it was playing flawless in the build. And
I remember that.
Somehow when it went live, all of a sudden everything's fucking loud. They didn't even know. We're like, what happened? We didn't change anything to the audio. Oh
dude, I would say
they've dialed it in.
Audio. Look, bro, and I'm gonna be very blunt. Audio, I'm very blessed. I'm very happy that audio is now in a good spot because I playing Battlefield and that audio, holy hell.
Yeah.
Holy hell.
The audio's bad.
Like the audio, I feel like it's gotten pretty damn good. Let's just hope they don't fuck anything up. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. We shall see whether they're actually able to pull this off. Yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see, bro. But let me see. There's one. Wait, so Isaac said there's one. Oh fuck! Hold on. It's scrolling. Hold on. There's been one big content update to Big Map BR since December 2023. Damn. Early extend December 23 to Verdansk, April 2025. Blackout Spring is in 2026. Our only significant new content for 2+ years was an old map remaster. That's why people think it's underwhelming. I agree. Big Map. Again, if you are a Big Map player, you're probably fucking pissed.
Yeah. Well, I think that was probably, we kind of touched on it a little bit. That was the biggest issue, though, is that they were spending their time fixing things that were broken rather than giving us new content. So it just felt like there was all this time being spent on bug fixes, audio fixes, DCs or whatever, dev errors. Like there was just so much like makeup work instead of like actually giving new content. So I think that's why we haven't really had much Big Map, especially.
Yeah. Look, I don't know. I will say maybe what we need is a big refresh. I don't know. Right now, Warzone is pretty in a pretty bad spot.
Verdansk is chopped.
Yeah, maybe Avalon is gonna bring back BR. Maybe Blackout 2.0 is gonna bring back BR. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll be in a heavy resurgence phase for 6 months when the game drops.
Oh yeah.
I mean, yeah, I
sure.
I think even then, maybe even after, no troll. Yo, side note that I quickly, are you guys on a time crunch? Does anybody have to leave?
No, I'm chilling.
Lucky, you have to. I know you're pretty busy, but if you're not, I'm gonna bring something up.
If it's not too long, I'm just hungry. I haven't eaten.
Okay, I want to, dude. I'm just gonna pull up the roadmap real fast. Where the fuck is this shit? Is it here?
Resurgence is the future. Yes, I agree.
Right here. Yeah. Oh, boys, I'm bringing up the roadmap. It's in really small, so I don't know if maybe they didn't want to show us it or something, or they wanted to keep it real small for whatever.
Size doesn't matter, Hector.
Yeah,
Size
you're right, bro. Open image, new tab.
Ethan.
Here. Yo, did you guys see that there is a win streak reward?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay.
W.
Do you guys?
Oh, that's clean.
There's gonna be camos that you get for win streaking. Do you guys feel like this is like what? Okay. Why? Because somebody brought it up in the chat. Nukes just left, and I'm fucking sad that they did leave. Is this kind of their way of bringing it back in a certain way? Why do you think they stopped nukes in general? Like, I would say this is fucking badass. I hope that this win streak actually matters, because I don't like that they got to a point where nukes, I think, is fun for everybody because it's an event, right? 5 wins, not a lot of people are going to get that. Not a lot of people are going to get like that, but they added the whole 30 wins total. Okay, eventually you can get that, right? So they kind of made nukes, everybody can get it, right?
They had a playlist that had nukes available 24/7 for anybody. You remember that?
What?
Dude, they at one point, the nukes, everyone had a nuke contract, so you didn't even have to go for the wins. And you could get the rewards for it. I don't know if you remember that. Yeah, you could spawn in and just get a nuke.
I think that when backpacks went away, they had to basically redo the nuke system completely, and I'm sure it was just way too much work. And so this is kind of like not a band-aid solution, but I still think it's a cool system that they got going on for win streaks because it's different. I think if they wanted to do nukes again, it would just take a lot of effort and resources, and they're probably just focused on other things right now, like Blackout 2.0 or whatever else they got going on. So I don't know.
What do y'all think this win streak's gonna be?
5.
Probably like 5, and then 10.
And then the other one will be 10.
100.
Or 3 and 5. 3 and 5. Or
No
something like
way,
that.
3 and 5.
It'll be pretty low,
Bro. At the end of Warzone 1's life cycle, 10% of players had a win.
What they should do is they should do like 3 and 5. That's still tough, and then they should
wins
do calling.
are hard for people, dog. Like,
they should do calling cards.
Understand?
They should do calling cards for like 10, 25, 100.
What the fuck is this? Everybody wins
cool.
type shit. I hate that shit. Make this shit 20. Make this shit 25. Hey.
But no, I agree. They just need to have an option for both. They need to have a baby option, like a non-animated version or whatever for 3,
it's
5,
kind of what
and
they
10.
did with the leaderboard.
Yeah, and if you a big boy, then you go see you at 25. You get the animated camo.
They should do 3 and 5, and then like 10, 25, 50, 100, and just if they want to do like calling cards or whatever else for the other ones, that would be cool.
It's like top 250, bro. Not everyone's gonna hit top 250. Boo hoo.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, but at least iridescent, crimson, and get camos and stuff. You know what I mean? It just shows what type of player you are. You a bitty bot bitch boy who couldn't make it to top 250. That's what that means, basically. So if you don't get the animated camo, cry me a river. Go get your, your camo battlefield, style camo 5 for 3 to 5 wins. But if you want to get the animated one, you got to get to 25. It's that simple. It really is. Like, they just need to offer it, bro. You know what I mean? And it'll be so little the amount of people that get it that they don't even have to worry about losing a revenue when it comes to bundles or like stuff, because obviously when you release camos, it's less likely someone will buy a bundle or something because they have it, but it'll be so less likely because these guys will have it. So run that up. 25, 10, 5, 3. And you could do a weapon charm for do like a camo for 3, weapon charm for 5. Yeah, I mean, like they could do it. They release a brand new on launch of a game. They release a brand new bundle with a bunch of stuff every other day. They could do it. Yeah, I mean, for sure.
I hope. I mean, I'm dreaming at this point. Fuck calling cards. I hate calling cards. They're ass. Fuck calling cards.
Listen. No. Fuck calling cards. Fuck stickers. Fuck weapon charms. They need to release guns, operators, and gloves. Give me gloves because I'm tired of all that bullshit, bro. The gloves are the only thing you can see in a hand. So if you could buy gloves, I would buy so many, bro.
Or the melee weapons, right?
Melee weapons are cool.
Dedicated melee weapon. Or just the skins on the standard melee weapon.
It doesn't even matter what gun you have in your hand. If you have gloves, you could get like different themed gloves. You could have like crazy shit, bro.
Lucky, we need back emotes.
I'll bring it up with the higher ups.
Okay. Yeah, let them know, bro.
This is actually random just because we're on a random spiel real quick. I'm tired of P-strikes. I'm tired of Hellstorms. UAVs are, versatile. They got some cool fucking streaks in Black Ops 7. With some fine tuning and balancing, give me the fucking Rhino. You know what I mean?
Calling a Rhino and a dog,
Dude,
bro, on Warzone.
Yes, bro. Yes. Jesus. eBay, take your mind out the fucking rank play world and take it into a pub. Imagine someone's got a Rhino. Bro, they used to have a Juggernaut, and that was so sick.
You're 4-boxing for lobbies. You're trying to call in a Rhino now in those 4-boxing lobbies.
You're in my lobbies, Ebates. You're in my lobbies.
I haven't been in your lobby once, brother. There's a reason. I haven't been in your lobby once.
Tell the people the truth. Tell them you got banned. Dude, give us the fucking Rhino. Give us the dog, but let me control it and pet. Like, give me some cool shit, bro, for pubs at least, bro. I'm tired of, let me go buy my fucking 15th beach strike. Oh, they did a different airstrike this time. Yeah. Like, I'm over it, bro. You got some cool shit. Add it, bro. It's not even hard. It's not even hard.
What could they even realistically add? Like, okay, I see the fucking Iron Man shit, right?
The Rhino. They could add the dog. They could add. Well, that's it. We only have 2 lethals.
Yeah.
2 lethals. But just like, and then they should add a special one, bro, where if you do a fucking if you do a whole ass like Easter egg, you call it a fucking gunship or whatever the fuck it is, bro. And you're just on the map fucking da. People could shoot you out, people could take you out, but that would be so sick, bro. Like, I mean, I don't know. I'm just tired of playing pubs. For rank play, I get it, dude.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yo. I love that, bro. Yo, okay. So look, boys, I think we kind of covered everything that we, for all the updates. So apparently there in that video, they said there's going to be new blogs coming soon. So we can go over everything a little bit more extensively, whatever that blog comes out. I believe that there's going to be also when would patch notes go live for this? The day before?
Day before, yeah.
The pattern they've done is the day before, yes.
Okay. So definitely would be down to do a little podski for that. But I mean, they got a lot of content coming to the game as a whole. I mean, look, Black Ops 7, Endgame, Zombies, Warzone, and all this shit, right, for Season 1. I'm curious to see how they continue for Season 2, 3, 4, 5, et cetera, into the next game. I don't know. I am excited because I haven't had shit. We haven't had any content. At this point, I know it sounds crazy. I'm like, fuck it, I'll take what I can get. Let's just have some fun. I am... due to how much fun I had playing Battlefield 6, the win streak grind, I'm very fucking excited for this win streak rewards. I just hope it's like not
pretty cool
super easy.
You guys hit 25.
In season is a joke, though. Come on, guys. What are we doing? Off launch.
Yeah, you're right. It should have been on launch. Bro. Should have been on launch, man.
I'll talk to him about it.
Jay got over there laughing. Listen, man, we had Rampage, okay? All right? Yeah. Like, come on, man. That should, like, we should add 10 wins just for doing a Rampage. Isaac, I know, man. I know, but...
And they did it without even... No, I think they got 21 without even going for that, right?
Oh, they fucking were frying, bro. Isaac and them, they're fucking nasty. Bro.
Because it was funny because that first day, like, they had 21 or 22 before their first loss. And I was like, holy shit, it is actually going to be cooking. But then I think after a certain point, their matchmaking got a little bit more cranked because they were losing more regularly.
I swear, I called this out. Isaac, I don't know if I said this like after the first 5 days, they 1000% added SBMM to RedSec because we were getting lobbies so fast. Like I'm talking like so fucking fast the first 2-3 days. Then it was like the 4th or 5th day, something like that. It would go to 80 and then it would pause and then it would like slowly trickle up and it was taking a lot longer to get into lobbies. And then we ran into actually them Huskers and them that day. I literally said it. I was like, yo, I think they added SPMM, boys. Like the lobbies are harder And I feel like we're struggling to get these wins now. And then literally 2 games later, we ran into Huskers in them in the same lobby.
Also, was there, I don't know if those rumors are true. I know that's completely off topic because I didn't really play the game, but didn't they have AI or bots in some of the lobbies too? Or was that not a real thing? People were just making...
No, because I not a lot of people realize, but people jump out of different buses. So people thought it was AI because they land and they were like people on the map already. Be like, what the fuck? But it's it landed.
Okay, that makes more sense. I wasn't really paying attention to that closely.
That's okay though.
Okay.
Nope.
All right. Well, boys.
I might have. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. GG's, boys. Great pod today. I did fix a couple things. So now whenever we want to do pods, we can just hop in. Like, how lucky, like, he just hopped in today. Like, I want to do that more often. Like, Isaac, for the next one, if Isaac wants to just hop in, yo, join Discord and, hop in. So I want to do that more often. We changed a couple things. W Podcast back. I think I'm down to do another one as soon as the next one drops, like the next blog or whatever.
Wednesday.
Next Wednesday.
Or didn't they say later this week? Didn't in the video? He say that? I got to go check.
I don't even know.
Right?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Pretty sure it's next Wednesday, 3rd.
Okay. Well, let's see if there is something this week. I'm so down to do another pod, and we'll just kind of do them as we go, man. But boys, appreciate you guys hopping on today. Today was a blast. This was the first time in a long time where I was genuinely so excited to do a podcast because we got some content to talk about.
Oh yeah, Rebirth on top as always. Verdansk's dead. Resurgence is the future. It's quite simple. It is.
Resurgence will be popping. I'm very confident Resurgence is going to be popping.
It's quite simple.
A lot of Resurgence tourneys, a lot of
I've
Resurgence.
been telling people for years, man. They didn't believe me, bro. But here we are.
All right, man, guys. Everybody at home, appreciate you guys watching, man. Whether it be on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, wherever we're. I think we're like on everywhere. I appreciate you guys as always, and we'll catch you guys in the next podcast, baby. Peace.